Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to another landscape photography vlog. And it's a redemption one today, that's for sure. We are out for redemption today. Because, as you guys saw in the last vlog, which I apologize if it was really long. I don't know, that's, in my opinion, the only way I can really do one of these vlogs, like, comfortably, is by just doing everything slow. I feel like if I rushed, not that I feel like I'm rushing, but I don't know, make the videos last longer, or, well, make them shorter. Maybe I just suck at making these types of videos, I don't know. That could very well be a possibility. We are at Thunder Rocks, though, if you couldn't tell. Yeah. I mean, last vlog, for those that don't know, we were here in Allegheny with the prospect of fog that never, ever showed up. And we were left with some stick season struggles, which the stick season struggles can be real. We were trying to deal with them, mainly doing a lot of scouting, though. And also, if you guys remember, the hunters, it was Hunter Extraordinaire, Hunter Palooza. I mean, it still is. And I also found out that the day before I showed up there was actually opening day of the season. So I guess that checks out, right? That would explain why there were so many hunters everywhere, because the season had just started. Now I think this here is part of the, oh, would you look at that? This is part of the utility trail that comes through here for, well, I thought it was for power lines, but I don't actually see any power lines. Now that's cool. We're kind of going away from Thunder Rocks now, but that's a cool sight. That is a cool sight down there. Huh. I think that's worthy just grabbing a picture of, just for record keeping. I think this is here because there's a gas line underneath. I'm gonna leave the trail in. There's also something I'm noticing. I'm wearing this reflective vest, and every time I get that reflectivity in front of my camera's like viewfinder sensor, the screen just goes black because it thinks there's something in front of it, I guess. That's kind of neat. Yeah, I always knew that this trail, if you even can call it that, went up behind Thunder Rocks, but I didn't know it was like right there. I might do F8 for this actually. Yeah, I wonder if it's the little beam that comes out of here just hitting this reflective vest. Yeah, because remember, that was the problem last time. I couldn't go into the woods because I was afraid of getting shot. Because I didn't have an orange vest. But no, I don't really have an orange vest, per se. It's more like a safety vest. I don't know if you guys can see that or not, but that's kind of what we're rocking. Alright, that's kind of cool. I had to take a picture with my my phone real quick. That is neat. That is neat. It's a first for me. I have no idea where that goes. I think it goes out of the park, actually. I know that heads back into the park towards one of the main roads. Yeah, this is actually something I've always wanted to walk to, just because you never know what you might find along the way as far as hidden views go. Alright, well, I think I'm going to head back in because I wanted to check this scene out. And did not realize it came all the way out to that little pathway. So, cross that off the list. I feel like I've really been struggling lately with finding strong compositions. And I feel like part of it is because I'm not taking my time like I should. And that's why I'm really making an effort today to use a little viewer here. Trying to keep that out at all times. Had to retie my shoe. I think I've talked about this before in a previous vlog about I've been waiting to see this place fog, and I'm gonna be honest, I'm still kind of struggling with bigger scenes or trying to find some. I just think it's because the fog's not heavy enough. I mean, it still looks fantastic, don't get me wrong. It feels like something out of Lord of the Rings, like Amen Hen. And just fantastic. And it's dead silent up here too. That's like one of my favorite things about the spot. Anytime you come up here in the morning, you can hear a pin drop from a mile away. It's amazing. Probably look like somebody who could direct traffic right now. Now, this is a comp I shot back in the spring. These two boulders here. There's that sunset though. I don't know if now is a really great time for it. Yeah, I don't think so. Yeah. I just don't think the fog is heavy enough. It's been kind of coming and going. I really love a lot of those ferns back there on the edge, but I think I might try to make something work with those before we move on to another location. Ooh. This is kind of nice. So I guess one thing I should talk about specifically, so many moths everywhere, is what I'm looking for with this. Hope one of these moths isn't stuck on me. What I'm looking for specifically, I mean, this bed of ferns, like this, all these great colors, especially the ones that are starting to die back, is just some sense of structure in the composition. Like, of course, I could just take a picture of this random stuff here, and I would capture the ferns, but that's it's too messy. You know what I mean? I'm trying to make something, you know, that has some order, some structure to it, out of all of the mess. And that has always been the challenge of not only shooting this area, but just woodland in general, is trying to make sense of the mess, right? Everything is just strewn about, and you need to try to make sense of it with a strong composition. Fog helps because you are eliminating, essentially, if we had more fog than we have right now, you are eliminating a lot of that background noise and distractions. We have a light, I would say it's a light mist right now. So I like a lot of these fallen trees here. How they kind of lead my eye through the understory. But nothing super substantial. Hello, moth. These guys are everywhere. I wonder what species. See, simple scenes like this too. These aren't the big massive boulders, which I think again need like heavy fog to work. But this is a small scene here where we have a fallen tree and we have this moss covered stone. And the ferns and everything, kind of all tying a lot of the things about this place together, hoping to tell the story of Thunder Rocks. And the fallen tree like that, it's probably due to age. I mean, those like successional tree species are always the first to fall. Like birch and stuff. For the maples and the oaks start growing in a more mature forest. Yeah. Yeah, no. I don't think so with that. I feel like I've also been trying to force things lately. And there's also a very fine line that I draw with like not bothering with certain things because I know they won't work versus like giving stuff a chance, even though if I'm like skeptical about it. Because I feel like that's something some people do too often, is they're too quick to blow off a scene and not even just like, all right, I'll just take a picture anyways, just to keep for archives and come back to maybe. Because maybe what your brain is seeing right now takes a minute for you to fully understand kind of like what you liked about it in the field, and takes that like separation and time away from like seeing it the first time. See, this I kind of like. Again, just using the little framing tool here, just so I can see it, you know, in the aspect ratio beforehand. I just like this one tree here growing on this rock, and the smaller tree next to it, and the ferns. I mean, if I can get all of that in one shot, If I can get wide enough, standing like right there. See, this shot's a perfect example of I'm not sold on it 100%, but it's not, you know, bad enough just to walk away from and not take a picture of it. If that makes any sense. It's walking that line. Just gonna look through the viewfinder right quick. The only thing I don't like here is getting the sky in it. I mean, I can punch in more. Zoop. Yep, there's that gunshot again. I hope this vest is enough. Now, if it was made out of Kevlar, I think it would be enough. That shit just scares me, man. It just does. I'm probably overreacting. I probably sounded like a broken record in the last vlog, and I apologize for that. But, see, now I'm backing up a little bit. Maybe get the smaller tree here. Yeah, no, I see something here. And I think really what it is just this guy here clung to this rock in the way that he's doing that there with his roots in the trunk. Maybe there's a way to do it like this. Kind of create a more dynamic scene with this rock and that rock and the trees in between. It's tough, man. It's tough. And see, now the fog looks like it's picking up again, and that might be because the sun has just come up. I don't even know what time it is. I don't feel like checking. Yeah, let me get the camera off the tripod and see. Yeah, no, I think I'm gonna let that one go. I feel like I need to make another round of the whole area now. It's definitely more foggier. More foggier? Is that how you say it? Or it's just foggier. Yeah, that one sounded close. That shot sounded close. I think I've already said it, but I feel a bit more comfortable walking through the woods today with this thing on. I was gonna buy one, which, I mean, if you don't have one and you live in an area or shoot in an area that has hunting, just get one. Or an orange beanie or whatever. Like, just do it. This is like this thing isn't specifically for hunting, but it's getting the job done. I would like this rock here, but there's too many small little trees in front of it, kind of blocking the way. I mean, I did see a guy I saw a guy on my way in here as I was coming up the road. I wonder if that's him. Probably not, because I think that's in the other direction. Yeah. So yeah, I kind of saw this pine over here. It's like the only pine I've ever seen over here, or up on this location. So kind of want to make my way to him. I don't mind being really wide here. Oh yeah. I was almost getting ready to leave too. Thought I was gonna be making my way out of here. Get that little leaf out of the top corner there. I haven't put my polarizer on yet because I honestly don't think I need it. I'm going to do one at f8 here and then one at f11. Now this scene is a little messy, not going to lie. See, now this stuff is starting to look really cool. Like, it's starting to look really cool up in here, man. You can see some patches of blue sky. It's starting to look really cool. Starting to look really cool, and I'm trying to keep my cool at the same time. Try not to get my eye poked out here. I mean, there's all these little tiny trees that look really cool. Especially they got these like droplets of dew on them. Like this scene right here. Just completely random scene. It's these little trees that have these dew drops on their branches. And how they kind of lead up to this big rock here in the back. Another really tough one to compose. Because I mean, it looks fantastic right in front of me here. I think I'm just gonna send that one. Sometimes you just have to send it. Also, I'm underexposed very slightly with all these. I mean, I think for editing purposes, having the fog be blown out is not like the end of the world. I mean, it's obviously a creative choice at the end of the day. I mean, I love the way that looks on the back of the camera right now, which means I will hate it when I get it into Lightroom. Something about these screens, man. What are they doing with these screens to make them look so goddamn good? Oh yeah. Yeah, that's crazy what the light's doing to this. This is a comp I think you guys might remember that we took on when we were here back in September. That Thunder Rocks vlog we did. All right, so now that looks really freaking cool. Yeah, now this light is still like Still very soft. See, now that's cool too. So what I'm seeing there is just a bunch of what we already kind of had with one of the previous shots. And it's all... See, this is something I don't know how well it's going to show up on camera. Yeah, I think that's just one to look, a cool one to look at with the eyes. I just like the way all those droplets are getting hit with the light. They don't show up very well on camera though, which is a shame. Hoo-hoo. I kind of lost my train of thought. One thing I did want to say is that on my way up here, I did see a couple comps that I'd like to maybe go back and hit on the way out. Yeah, look at this. Look at this fog up here, man. Look at this. Look at this shit. I kind of want to crest the hill and see what I can see up there. But gotta stay focused on the task at hand. Luckily this area is pretty small, so like it's easy to like walk around a lot as the conditions keep changing. It's not like super big, I guess. I don't know what I'm trying to say. Very manageable. That softbox light. So good. I mean, if a lot of these trees weren't here, make grabbing a lot of these guys easier, these big stones. Look at all those little moths. I mean, this guy I kind of like. I kind of like using the path here as a leading line. Now the canopy's starting to get hit with some light. See that one rock face over there just getting hit with light. Yeah, this I like. And these are exactly what I was talking about in that last vlog. These are the bigger scenes that further help to tell the story of Thunder Rocks in a way that the smaller scenes I shoot don't really do. Yeah, now we're getting some nice highlights on these trees here. One side in light, one side in shade. It's not super strong as to create those kind of like speckles. While that finishes up, we're still fascinated by these ferns. It's a great feature in the understory here. I wonder about this. Yeah, here comes the sun. Here she comes. Honestly, hold up. Here it comes. Here it comes. Ooh. Now that right there is what I'm talking about. That right there is what I'm talking about. Ooh. See, this I might throw a polarizer on here. My busted polarizer. It's all dusty. Dang it. Oh, look at those crepuscular rays. That's what you call them. See, the thing is, there's like a billion other spots in this park. I wish I was right now. You can't be at two places at once. But I think gotta be careful doing that, or I'll bust the thing even further. Come on, quit reflecting. Here, no, Mike. All right. My screen's like literally not even working right now because of this vest. All right. Woo-wee. That is absolutely just incredible. Oh, man. That is just something else. Look at that. Whoa. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Whoa. Hold on. Hold on. Hold on. These freaking reflector strips are killing me, man. They really are. Like, I don't know if you guys can see that on the screen there, but they're so reflective. Stop. Maybe I should just freaking walk around here. I mean, I'm just getting absolutely stun locked right now by what I'm seeing. I think we're gonna get off the tripod. I'm just chasing these rays, man. Chasing these rays. Freaking self timer. Okay. I don't want to just leave my tripod, but I kind of do. You're slowing me down. I hear a lot of people say it, but it's so true. Like, sometimes you just gotta let go of the tripod. You really don't need it sometimes. There's a lot of times you tell yourself you need it, where you really just don't. Like, this is one of those situations, I think. Especially because, like, it's not even about getting a stable image. Like, you can just bump your ISO up and you're gonna be fine. It's more so just the freedom to give yourself to move around. If that makes any sense. And see, those compositions I took there, completely unplanned. I did not have a plan for any of those. I just saw them foggy light rays. And I said, send it. And that's the exception to the rule in my book when it comes to trying to use the framing device that I have. I don't force myself to use it all the time because sometimes you don't need to use it. I think I might take a stab at this guy again here. Yeah. Yep. 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 I'm going to set this here. Hopefully I don't regret doing that. Yep. See, this is a very busy scene. It looks, the lighting and everything is so freaking amazing, but it's so busy. I don't know what to do about that. Is getting closer a better idea? These big trees here, up in this fog. And I gotta put this on here. It's getting closer better. It's getting farther away better. Should I try to look away from the sunlight? All these things I'm trying to take into account. Like, I keep looking that way because I'm seeing all those rays, right? And they look good. But looking to the left and to the right may also prove fruitful. Just because it looks great one way doesn't mean it looks great another way. Or doesn't mean it doesn't look great another way. Yeah, the whole trip has been made whole by this moment. I gotta grab a video. I mean, if the gram didn't see it, did it really happen? Serenity. It's not a word I use lately either. You know? Hot tamale. Alright, I think some cloud is now blocking the sun, giving me a little moment to relax and check myself for any critters. But it won't be long until it comes back out, by the looks of it. Yeah, I mean, when I was looking at clear outside this morning, it was saying that the low cloud would be all that was there, and then it would kind of give way to clear skies. Which, if there was going to be fog, I was like, that's going to be some tremendous conditions. I'll look back through what we got so far. Yeah, that one right there, I love that. All right, need to plan my next move here. I need to plan my next move. My next schmoove. I kind of want to move somewhere else, like a different location. But I'm worried if I leave here, I might lose the fog. Because a lot of the fog this morning looked like it was clinging to the hillsides and up at higher elevations. Don't need to be at ISO 1600, but I can be at ISO 400. Yeah, I've been really trying to pay extra careful attention to making sure that when I take a picture, things are coming out sharp. I know that sounds like a no-brainer, but it's easy enough to miss that kind of stuff. Yeah, and then just look how different it is now. Look how freaking different it is. Yeah, my polarizer might actually be busted now from what I did there with the microfiber cloth. And all this fog is picking up this reflected blue light from above, giving it this really nice cool look. Now that's kind of like a cool abstract there. I don't know if it's an abstract per se, but or if it would qualify as such. I'm really bad with my genres. My subgenres. Yeah, I don't think this is an abstract. I think it's just like a intimate DC. Look at now, it's like Silent Hill behind me. I live for this, man. I live for this stuff. I live for it. Oh my. See, now it's super foggy over here. Like really foggy. Like this is the type of fog I was hoping for, foggy. Alright. Now this is the tough part. This is where we try to keep our cool, our composure. And we try to frame up a good comp and not take something just right off the rip. I was thinking, I've just spent so much time getting small scenes and thinking small here that now the time has come to go after those big scenes. I don't have any big comps, big scene comps. So I'm just kind of, oh please. I'm just kind of shooting from the hip. Here we go. This is a cool one. Here we go. You guys can see it now, I think. Timer. Yeah, okay, so I still need to get a orange vest because I can't have these reflector strips trolling me all the time. That's not gonna work. It's just not. Yeah, so this one pretty self-explanatory here too. Just trying to use these giant boulders in the trails as leading lines and using the boulders to pin certain objects, like that big boulder in the background framed up by these two, that big tree there framed up by this guy and that guy. See, this is the type of fog that I wanted when I was coming in here and didn't get. Now, there is like a really nice shot right here at the entrance, and I'm gonna go for it. I'm gonna go for it right now. I'm gonna try it. Maybe I need to back up a bit more. Oh man, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. It's tough. Still tough there. I think this was a shot I took like in the winter time. Something like that guy and that guy over there. But I don't like these two trees here. I can like separate them. Maybe get something like this going. Yeah, so I wanted to move to the right because these two small trees here were like this. And that looks, it just doesn't look too clean. So moving to the right, I can separate them a little bit and make sense of everything a bit more. And I need to look through the viewfinder because my camera is being interesting today. Focus way in the background, F11. Oh yeah, that just looks like, yeah, that looks like something from another planet. Oh, dude, man, this is crazy. Yes. Yes. Alright. Let's keep moving on. I want to move to another spot, like I've already mentioned, but I've been waiting for fog here for so long. I feel like I should just ride it out a little longer. Now here's another comp I took. See, like that comp I took back there, I tried to take something similar back in February when there was snow and stuff. And I don't know why, I was just off. I just missed the composition because there I think I really nailed it. Same thing with this guy. This guy right here. I don't know if this rock has a specific name because of this cool shape that it has. Like if it has a nickname or something. Alright, viewfinder it is. Yep. 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 Maybe a little separation there. I think the sun might be coming back out. Bring it on. Because now, with the fog, I can take like a portrait, like a true portrait of these massive boulders. That's what the fog is helping to do. Let's go F8 here. Let's go F8, feel great. F8, feel great. I know I'm at ISO 400, but I'm just trying to keep that shutter speed a little faster. Just make sure things are a little sharper. I'm sure any photographers watching this, you guys might be picking out comps left and right that I'm missing. feel free to timestamp them. You'll be like, yo, cool comp here. I'll be like, nice. Then I'll be a little salty I missed it. You would not believe, like, even in the last video, there was a few random, like, I think I was walking through the creek and I saw a reflection of some barren trees in the water at my feet. And I paused it while I was editing. I was like, that was a great shot right there. I'll walk right past it. So you just put it in the notebook and move on. All right, so there's actually one more comp that I remember. And it's over here. One of the big comps that kind of failed back in the winter. Like, I love this gnarly tree right here. All right, maybe I take a stab at this. I've been seeing stuff like this all morning, like these little trees that just have the most gnarly appearance. I'm gonna go F11 here. Nope, stop. Stop reflecting. There we go. Yeah, I mean, maybe that's something. Alright, so that other comp I was referring to. I've always liked this little spread of boulders here on the ground. Maybe this will look nice now that there is some, I think it's a vertical comp. Lots of like shapes in this one, lots of triangles. I know the fog is helping with the sky. But I want to still cut it out as much as possible. It's a car. I thought that was wind. I think it is supposed to be really windy later though. It's like a calm before the storm. Let's try a landscape. I'll try a landscape, but maybe crop in a bit more. It's just this big boulder right in front of me. Let's crank that center column. Maybe I should just get in front of the boulder, crop with my legs. That's another thing too. Don't forget to crop with your legs. Alright, just get rid of that tree there. Alright. I don't want to give up on this one yet though. I feel like it's just the left side of the comp. Feels like it's leaving just a little too much to be desired. So I'm trying to zoom in a bit more. Rotate the camera a bit more to the right without getting this guy here, this tree. And there's that one little beach over there. It's probably a nice little splash of color amongst everything else. Alright, so I actually forgot to start recording my action cam here, but I just pulled over next here on ASP2. And I was talking about how this is like my newest chapter of exploration here at the park. And you can start to see some sunlight hitting up there. That would make a great shot with a 600 actually. Because I don't think... Yeah, I don't think the... I don't think the 200's gonna do it. Not from here anyways. But yeah. This is like my newest section of exploration. It's been that way for the last several times I've visited. I've just been driving down the back stretch of the park and just looking for new stuff. Looking for stuff nobody's found yet. Photography wise. Photo op wise. And found a lot of stuff. And this little lone pine over here is one of those subjects that just caught my eye while I was driving by. But now we might be getting some dappled. Just shooting handheld. This is a Red House Brook down here. Now, well, you guys can see it, but you can't cross here. It's pretty shallow. There's a nice little trail that goes back through there. Gives you another angle on it. I came back and scouted that the one day I came to shoot the comet. It's a neat little section here. I don't know how neat. Yeah, and there's like another utility line that runs through here. You can get across, definitely, of the brook here. But I have no idea where that goes. And speaking of those utility lines, my thought process with them here, at least on this section of road, because this road is, ASP2 is unique to the others, is that this is the only road that has like a bunch of hillsides on either side. ASP1 is enclosed in forest, and ASP3, I would say, is like kind of a mix of both. A lot more creek access along ASP3, like tons and tons and tons of creek access. But this spot is unique because of the elevation that you can get. Not this line here, but since they mow this stuff, you know, end of September, you can basically, and my thought process is this, just walk up on these hillsides, find unique scenes, and get some elevation for looking off that way. So yeah, I kind of want to grab the 600. Now that's kind of what I want to do for that ridge up there. Got my freaking lunch. Excited for that. Telling you, man, you don't bring a lunch with you or something when you go shoot, you're messing up. You're messing up. And I love it. It's like a nice little morale boost. Might need the ye olde polar riser. And again, going back to that, I'm just gonna call them utility lines for now. I know that's probably not their exact name, but just the paths they carve all the way up through the hill here, and even the tree line, you know, like we walked on earlier. I just can't wait to maybe do a snowshoe hike up some of those, or I really don't want to walk up there unless it's below freezing or my clothes have been treated for ticks and stuff and other nasty buggers. I learned the hard way. I do not want to do that again. But I can't wait to see what's up there. I cannot wait to see. Could be nothing, right? Could always run the risk of it just being nothing. But that doesn't mean you shouldn't check it out, because what if it's not nothing? That's always the most exciting part, is what if it's not nothing? All right, I'm gonna try to screw this thing on without taking the magnetic part off first. Take that off without touching the glass. They don't make these threads tall enough, man. Like, how are you supposed to screw that off with a normal hand? That's annoying. That's really annoying. I don't know if over here is exactly where I want to stand. Maybe it is. Maybe it isn't. I have no idea if my polarizer is polarizing. I always do like this test where I like point it at something where I know it'll have a noticeable difference. One of the only reasons I'm polarizing right now is so I can cut down on glare and stuff, well, haze, since it's so far away. I guess that's something I think I should be doing. It's a very subtle scene here. I'm actually trying to include the sky now. Dude, I gotta take this vest off. I have to. This thing is killing me right now with this sensor shit. Now I can use my camera normally. Crazy. That's a nice view over there. Look at that guy. Look at that tree right there. That is a neat scene. That's a killer scene right there. Oh, the light, it's blinding. That's a killer scene. Hold on. See, that's what I love about this spot. I love it so much. There's so much potential. The trees along the side of the road have so much great character to them. And I feel like it's just a very, oh my goodness, I'm getting blinded here. I feel like it's a very underrepresented part of the park. Extremely underrepresented. Not because it's not beautiful, but just because maybe people don't know it exists. Oh, get it while the light's good. Get it while the light's good. Yeah, come on. Oh, I love that. I love that. These trees, man. These trees. I don't even know what your guys' view looks like right now. You probably can't see a damn thing. And that I apologize for. But I must focus on getting the shot, not getting the video shot. It's like, you know, we had our fog, right? We had our fun with the fog, but now we can have fun with the lighting. And that's the one thing I love so much about, again, this spot is it's the geography. You got the hills up there, so things are going to be really harshly backlit over here. Things are going to be casting shadows. Things over here are going to get sunbathed. I don't know if I'm making any sense, but I see a third tree behind. Ooh, yeah. Hold on now. Let me turn a little bit this way. There's a car coming. He's probably going to be looking at me funny. Probably thinks I'm funny looking. And what I'm doing doesn't make any sense. What I really like is all of the dew that is still on these trees. And they're just, all the branches are just lighting up. And it contrasts really well against like the darker portions of the trunks, I guess. Now I can only imagine if all that was like frost, how sick that would look. Yeah, it's not so harshly backlit now. That's a nice view of those pines over there. Yeah, see, choosing what to focus on here is tough because I'm at 300 mil, and I would like the foreground tree and the background tree to be in focus here. And it doesn't seem like I can get that. All right, I think I've had my fun with that comp. Hopefully I got it right. I think I've had my fun with it. I throw her to get my vest because I have forgotten more important things. Yeah, she's getting lit real nice now. Now, it's like polar opposite conditions from what we had in the last vlog. Now, as I'm standing here thinking like this, why upload the other vlog? Because the conditions we have right now, we had fog, we have dappled. We had fog and dappled at the same time. But I think the other vlog will really show what to do when conditions are bleak. Because they're definitely, those times happen a lot. And the stuff we have today does not happen a lot. So, oh, and I got that shot right on the way into the park this morning too. Yeah, I love that. This guy's a winner right here, man. This guy's a winner, and he knows it. He's strutting his stuff. Hell yeah, man. Hell yeah. But yeah, I think that vlog shows an important side of photography that gets overlooked. And it's when conditions are not great. I mean, I know that video maybe might not do as well as this one will. And I can't get this damn ring off because they made it so, like they could have made it like a 1/8 inch longer so I could get my fingers around it. They could have. We have made our way over to good old Red House Lake. It's been quite a while since I've shot here, like just the lake, which is good because I've been making strides elsewhere. Much needed strides. There's one thing I was thinking to myself the other day. I was like, man, ASP really doesn't have too many willows. I was just looking in the wrong spot. This is the one scene I drove past on the way in where I thought about stopping, but I should have stopped. But something made me keep going. Everything is nicely backlit, maybe almost too much so. Like there's these birches here that look stunning. With all the drops of dew and stuff on them. Yeah, they're doing some construction over there. They are, I think, extending the bike path that goes around the side of the park, and also I think repairing it in some other spots. It's always nice to see a little bit of a improvement. Like there's a cool willow over there, big guy. Just don't like what's behind him. Love black willows, man. They are great. Yeah, like, see, this is just another spot that I could come to in the morning, earlier in the day, and grab these guys. Yeah, Yeah, these are birch trees. I'm pretty sure, because of the way that they're growing from like a central sprout. I don't think they grow naturally like that. I think that's the thing that happens with landscapers, or the people that grow the trees. They cut them when they're very young, so they stem sprout, and then you get these big bushels. Which, I mean, I don't know how great it is for the tree. I mean, some people might think it looks better, but... Which, there's actually a couple roadside scenes that I've been kicking myself for not getting that are on the way here. And I think today is going to be the day I finally stop to grab. They probably won't be like portfolio level shots, but just to have them. So I can sit on them a little bit, kind of workshop them in my head, what could be better. Because ideally, yeah, it's just, never get tired of these views. But ideally, I'd hit them on the way here and then just shoot sunrise a little bit later because I had to stop here first. Oh, I keep thinking about this pine, man. Look at him. Look at it. Background has light, no light. Light, no light. I don't even know if you guys could see that, but it just shows the difference. The power of dappled light. I am placing a bet right now that the falls are not going to be flowing. And I hope they're not, because I'm leaving my other boots in the truck. The muck boots. Also, I went back and looked through some of the shots that I got during that brief moment of crepuscular light rays and stuff. And still very happy with like at least one or two of those shots. It was scramble time, and I'm kind of like reliving it in my head, especially since I can like watch the recording back, which, I mean, something not everybody has the luxury to do. Not everybody records their trips like us weirdos, but it seems like I kind of dropped the ball a little bit. I mean, of course, I'm just being hard on myself because I guess I have to be. I don't know, or feel like I have to be. I hope I locked the truck. Or no, I did. I locked it. Yeah. But those little brief moments where like everything starts kicking off. Like you never know how those moments are going to play out, especially in a location like that where, any given spot could be like a decent composition in those conditions. You know what I mean? So you can just be on the back foot the whole time, it feels like. Alright, so there's a little water coming down the falls here. Down the Bridle Falls. But it is basically non-existent. What about here? Is it as good as I got it back in October? No, it is not. Yeah, I like this spot a lot. This is like one of my favorite spots in the whole park. The flow is decent. Hey, a walking stick. The flow's decent. But when I came back here in October, like October 14th was the date. I had this like, I always use the word perfect conditions very sparingly, because the conditions that even I had, if you could like custom pick your conditions, they probably could have been better. Not even probably, they could have. But as far as what I had envisioned, it was perfect. There was maybe double the flow water-wise coming underneath this this fallen log here, and all of these stones were covered in like freshly fallen leaf litter. And obviously there was still lots of fall color on the trees as well, as where everything is now more barren. I'll put that photo up on the screen so you guys can see what I'm talking about. But I'm probably not going to shoot this comp unless like the conditions are just like really, really good. I think it's flow is what really does it. Because when you end up taking that comp and there's no water really coming up from underneath it, like that central part of the image where like you want there to be a lot of attention, it's just devoid of interest because there's very little water flowing through that spot. Now, one thing I'd be excited for is to see this place covered in snow and ice, like icicles hanging down from like all the trees, and this fallen log here too. That'd be really stellar. But yeah, this is the other comp in question. This waterfall. It doesn't look like much now, but I've seen pictures of this thing fully filled out. And I've yet to be so lucky to see that. It may look rather strange that I am walking the shoulder of this highway, basically. But there was one scene in particular that struck me on my way out of the park from the last vlog that I saw. And I don't know if these conditions are going to really do it justice. Because it was still overcast, I'm pretty sure. Which is kind of what I think this scene needs as a whole. And I'm just realizing that these power lines may be an issue. Also realizing that 200 millimeters. Yeah, I don't know if you can see it, but all those golden grasses and that, I'm not sure if it's dogwood or what it is, but it's got that red color, and then there's a stand of birches or aspens beyond that, and I really, really like that, but lighting is way too harsh, and lighting is way too harsh, and 200 millimeters is not enough. So I thought it'd be something I could snipe on the way out of here, but it'll have to be for another time, which is okay. Sometimes I got a little bummed out. I also could have probably parked further up. Now, from here, I'm probably gonna go, should have put the wind thing on. From here, I'm probably gonna go hit a few other roadside pullovers just north of Salamanca. And that'll be it. That'll be it for, well, the vlog's gonna end right here. So thank you for joining me. Hope you liked it. Drop your feedback. And we'll see you guys around. Peace.